Hello, and good day to you. This is Dr. Wendy Rowley, and we're continuing with the series, The New Christ Connection. I believe this is episode 5. I was interested in that last thing with the noosphere, with the 2 new wheels. I wonder what those are going to do. I don't know. Let's find out. Okay, here we go. Oh, good day to you, dearest beings of light. It is Alienio Cosmic Service, Pleiadian Mother of Sound. Peace be with you, peace be with you, and peace be with you. For those of you who are clairvoyant, some of you might see a sort of bluish beam come down right here on half of her. And that's me coming from above. And she saw it this time, for the first time. And we just wanted to say that, because there are many people who are going to see that. All right, so this is a high mind channeling. Okay. So, we were leaving you with concepts of the new Christ Bardo, the benevolent bands moving into 3 places. They are in 3 places, and they are, all these grids are now connected, and there's 2 new wheels that are connecting just the interim field and human consciousness grid, and the field Christ or soul mastery grid, and the interim Christ grid or interim soul creational grid. And 2 new wheels. And this is what we're going to continue about. Yes. Ooh, sorry. And so those 2 new wheels are the new Bardo system. They are like wheels that immediately will pull you up to high heart to the new Bardo, and while we do the transition from the new to the old Bardo. This will take place between 2028, 2029, and 2030 of your coming years. And it'll be complete. It'll only take 3 years. Many setups are in place, much work is being done, and much cooperation with humans that do this work is taking place. And so that's when it's happening. 30, 29, and 28. 28, 29, 30. And so what will this be like now? It'll be a flood, as we started to describe. It's going to be a flood of feelings that are going to feel benevolent. It's going to start right away in the day 1 of the Bardo. It's going to continue through day 2, day 3. And then when the benevolent bands begin to engage, because the soul has said, here I come, it's going to get very, very, very profound and very strong and very bright, because there's going to be more light in the Bardo. And what is the light? The light is like the consciousness of divine intelligence. That's one way you can think of the light. Now, this one has seen the light of healing many times in many ways. And she's sometimes seen it drop down from some ceiling she couldn't quite see past. She's now healed beyond that. But it comes from the field, from the Creator, believe it or not. And it is a phenomena that is interdimensional, that actually comes through the cosmos. And then when it hits your 11th membrane of your planet, which is sort of a stop thing where no one can come in through that without the proper vibrations, let's basically say, your planet is extra protected more than others because it's got the free will experiment we've explained in other videos. And so the feelings will be much more intense. And there will be a feeling on what the right path is. And when you are shown, and you, with your soul, you make the decision on what you want to work on in your next lifetime. Now, we said in day 3, you do a little of that at the human level. Not much, but a little. But then, before the benevolent bands engage, and when you're on the other side of the veil, you and your soul and higher self actually do a lot of planning for your next incarnation, along with the higher creational beings of light that you work with. Some people call those your guides and healing guides. And so the higher creational beings work with you on the other side with that planning, but you, your soul and higher self, before you leave the Death Bardo, are doing a lot. And that is now being flooded with good feelings on the right path you should take. Complete change. No longer bad feelings, so I shouldn't do that. It's now good feelings, and I should do that. And that's profound. And this eventually percolates down into your everyday consciousness, but it takes a while. And we're not going to go into that in this series. But in the future of your evolution, that will be in the consciousness of all people in a manifested, incarnated body, like you are now in a body. When it's the right decision, it'll feel good. It won't be like, I can't tell, I know that doesn't feel good, or I've had experience in that and it didn't work out. And that's a couple hundreds of years in the future for that evolution. But for now, you're getting it at the Death Bardo. So there's now a flood of feelings that'll start to come in on the right new path, the right way to create change, and the right way to evolve for the greater good of all. So that's profound. That's a profound shift in the Bardo. And then there is the releasing and going to soul. But there's something else that is now going to be changed after 2030. Now, let's explain quantum entanglement time first. We work in what's called quantum entanglement time. That is a space where it is a combination of 3 types of time. Time, what you experience in your body every day. No time, all time. What is that? You experience time in your consciousness in your physical body. Your higher self experiences no time. It is simply going through a long, long series of experiences that never end until you leave this planet. And all time, excuse me, all time is your soul, because it is quantum. It's in all your incarnations at once, including your future ones, which is a very hard concept when you're in linear time of a 24-hour day and you go to bed and you wake up to imagine. But it's true. You are at the same time already an involved being in the future, because time is not what you all think. It's a different kind of a thing. And that's the way it is. So that's the best way we can explain it now. In about 50 years, you will have a new set of physics, and we can say a whole bunch more that will make more sense. But right now, it won't make sense. If we were to say the same thing that you're going to learn over the next 50 years that we would tell you then, you would say, what? That's impossible. That makes no sense. I don't understand it. Because you don't have the consciousness expansion yet that's coming with these new discoveries and inventions. So we're doing the best we can for where we all are in this soup of time. So in our quantum entanglement time, we're beyond your 3 times. For us, there is no time. But when we work with humans, we are kind of having more of a sense of your time and your all time and your no time. And that's the way it is. So the sense of time while you are on Earth as souls changes. And by the time you become an involved planet and are doing what we did, which is wrapping up your grid of all your enlightened information and taking it to another planet and putting it in this kind of a time capsule system that we've mentioned, as crazy as all this sounds, you will be also in beyond time like we are. So your understanding of time is about to change dramatically over the next 50 years. And so we're just postulating that in for people to have a heads up to start to maybe expand your understanding of time beyond a 24-hour circadian rhythm body clock, because it's really fun when you do that, because a whole bunch of new stuff opens up. Sorry, we're kicking the table. So this is a little bit of a floaty, kind of all over the place episode on purpose. This one's not wandering. It's a wandering thing because we have to introduce a couple concepts. So we may kind of look like we pause and something happens, and we're switching gears. And she's contemplating a little bit, so we're going to get her out of that. There she goes. Okay, she's learning. It's good. She knows how to do that now. And so there's one more concept we'd like to introduce, and then we will review real quick. So the third concept is that there is a way to fast track, heal through the Death Bardo that you can do now before the new upgrades of 2028, 29, and 30. There's a fast track system. So for those who are not in the new indigo bodies, some people will understand what we're talking about. For those who weren't born more after 2020, for those who are not of the indigo ray color, you are carrying the old karmic Akash purposefully for the planet. But there's a way to fast track heal through the Death Bardo before 2027 and release a lot of karma. And we're going to be offering that fast track system as a course at the end of this year. That will be online on Zoom. This is the first time this one's hearing this. Now, she did a fast track system clearing through the karmic Akash with a group of souls during COVID. She had people as far away as Australia and London and across the United States, and it was fabulous. And she saw the difference, and her husband joined in, and she saw the difference in his energy field by doing that fast track. And she thought it was very interesting. Well, now we are going to bring forward a fast track for the Death Bardo. And it's not very long. It takes 5 days. And it requires an activation and the healing and some understanding, because you have to have conscious awareness of the disharmony that you're healing through. And that allows the healing of the soul to go forward. And there are some blessings in that of some new soul forces and some new connections. And they're to prepare this one for some of her work. And there's no reason why anyone can't have them. So she's very much a sharer, and she feels this work is for the greater good of all. And she does have expenses that are increasing. So she has got to stop all the free stuff. So it'll be a nominally priced course. It'll go up on the Wonder of Human Design website. It'll be on Zoom, and it'll begin at some point after December, the beginning of December. There's something that's got to get figured out in the beginning of December that'll get done. And then we're in quantum no time, so we know what's happening. So it'll happen, but most of you will be very busy with the holidays. But we will do an introduction in the middle of December for the course that will start in January for 5 sessions. And that's what we wished you to know this day. So to recap, there's 2 new wheels that are connecting the human consciousness, the greater field where all the benevolence and miracles and healing and divine intelligence are, and the soul creational grid, the Christ interim grid, the soul interim creational grid. Those are connected, and the Christ grid, the soul creational or soul interim Christ grid, the soul creation, the soul mastery grid, the soul creational grid, the Christ grid, the interim Christ grid, and the greater field are connected. We all now know that as you go through the Death Bardo, there will be feelings of benevolence and choices of your next incarnations that will feel good, and you know the right path to take for redemption on the things you're shown that you need to heal. And the final phase is the fast track that the old souls who are still in their Bardo karmic older energy can fast track and move through that, because the new Death Bardo will not be online for humanity for anywhere from 5 lifetimes, 5 generations to 500 years, depending upon where you are in your soul evolution, higher self journey on the earth. So it's going to be at least 5 lifetimes or 5 generations till that begins to kick in for some people. So we're offering a fast track during this great shift where these things can be done for those who would like to heal those energies out of the Death Bardo and have a benevolent passing. And that would be what would happen in this healing paradigm that we are offering that would start in January, and we will have a December promo class that will be free so people can check it out and understand more, where we can give a little more information that's not out to the general public. All right, peace be with you, our dearly loved. Expect benevolence in all you do, and we bid you adieu.